Hello and welcome to Thought for January the 1st. Our readings are Genesis chapters 1 and 2, Psalms chapters 1 and 2, and Matthew chapters 1 and 2. And our thought is, the Lord knows. What does the Lord know? Again and again, Scripture makes the point that the Creator is aware of all things, for the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, we read, and his ears are open to their prayer, as we read in 1 Peter 3 verse 12 last month. But Peter was quoting from Psalm 34, which we will read soon. The very first psalm, which we read today, sees David affirming, "For the Lord knows the way of the righteous," verse 6. In contrast, the way of the wicked will perish. They will perish because they do not want to know in any detail the ways of God. And there is no middle way. Jesus made that point very clear. The Psalms are very stimulating to the spiritual mind. We often feel it is a pity that they are read in the first 3 months of the year. We learn of God's ways. Psalm 18 tells us, "This God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord proves true. He is a shield for all those who take refuge in him." Verse 30. The way of the righteous is wonderfully described in the first 2 verses of the very first psalm, which we read this morning. "Blessed is the man," or the margin has godly person, "who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of scoffers, but his delight is in the law." Margin has instruction of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. David is marking the stepping stones of progress in overcoming godly ways. First, he or she walks past such ways. Then there is no chance to stop and look at such ways, less still to sit down and share a seat with them. The result is that those pursuing the way of righteousness are like a tree planted by streams of water, we read, in all that he or she does. Verse 3. They prosper, especially spiritually. And even though they, like David, may have times when they walk through the valley of the shadow of death, "I will fear no evil, for you are with me." Psalm 23 verse 4. May we all read and meditate, note that word meditate in Psalm 73, on God's word throughout 2025, knowing that the Lord knows the way of the righteous. Well, thank you once again for joining us for Thought for the Day, where together we can open up the pages of God's Word, knowing that Word to be a lamp to our feet and a light to our path.